Hello and welcome back to episode 8 of the Reverse 1999 Let's Play. If you're wondering, why are we in Sineto's page? There is a good reason. Number 1, she's pretty beautiful. Number 2, this monologue right here.
Sometimes I think about the time when we studied together. The instructor made us deskmates, and your pockets were always alive with frogs, stones, and toffees.
Now that is a crucial detail because, okay Sineto, listen, I know we talked about the past, but don't become a plaything, please. Anyways, I'm not gonna pretend I know how to pronounce it. Noveles et textes purin. I don't know how to pronounce it. I really hope I can, get some authenticity going on. But point is, you can see Sineto's very young in this image. I'm assuming this tall one is us, or maybe this super short one is us. I don't know who the timekeeper is in this image, but I really need to question, is Manus Vindictae going to try to delete the timekeeper? Because if you think about it, right? If the past started to reverse ever since 1999, the past becomes the future and the future becomes the past. That is such a weird thing to say. So are we going in the past here, or are we going to the future? Because Manus Vindictae wants to change the past to change the future. A very backwards logic. Anyways, let's go in. Novelas, textes, whatever, Purin. Chaldean oracles. What in the fate grand order is this stuff? I'm excited. Let's go in. Hands up and answer the question. A delicate badge will be given to the best student.
What arcanists regard to be more important is the knowledge from another pathway, which is often known as gnosis. Compared with mankind's knowledge gained from reasoning, what are the features of gnosis? Sineto?
Miss, the features of Gnosis are 1. It cannot be verified by an independent third party, and 2. It is impossible to be comprehended through reasoning.
Exactly. And that's also one of the reasons that the knowledge of the study of Arcanum is hard to be accepted by the academic world. The academic research is required to be open to the public and can pass the independent tests. But the unpredictability of Arcanum will lead to the arcane researches to methodological agnosticism. Thus, all the trainings and the scientific stabilizing appliances that the school provided for you is to overcome the instability of your arcane skill, in order to ensure the peace and stability of the human world.
May the peace be with us.
Oh, j'ai presque été assez rapide pour répondre à cette question. Comment elle a pu être si rapide?
That one is Matilda, that's for sure.
Next question. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the number of arcanists, along with the related literature, had reduced correspondingly. Who can tell us the history of that time in brief?
Miss! Miss, I know this one.
Sineto.
As the Roman Empire declined, some arcanists were tempted by the irrational side of their nature and applied magia naturalis in warfare and disputes over interests, which irritated the church and other powers of religion. At that time, people in Europe widely considered Arcanum to be the paganism that collaborates with the demons, hence the trials against arcanists. In response, arcanists struck back fiercely. However, due to their spontaneous character and the unpredictability of their whereabouts, their communication was unsuccessful during the fight. Both sides struggled in repeated battles. In the end, mankind, jointly led by both their religious and secular leaders, prevailed.
Hein? Mais c'est pas possible! C'est pas ce que m'a dit grand-père! Miss, she's wrong! I know the right answer!
All right. Give it a try, Matilda.
For what I know, it wasn't Arcanists who started the war. The attack on Constantinople was waged by lordships in Western Europe to ransack the capital for resources and the literature of Arcanum. The nursery rhyme my grandpa sang for me tells me all about it. And long ago, Arcanists weren't called by this name. They were once gifted philosophers, diviners, or doctors, until they were put on the labels of pagans, freaks, and witches, and isolated by their people. They were entirely forgotten. The next time people saw them, they had this new name, Arcanists.
Inspiring. Do you remember its name?
Grandpa never told me that.
How about the melody? Could you present several lines for the class?
Let me think. It was like, that's not it. That's weird. I can't remember it.
Ha ha! Don't remember a thing, but still feel confident enough to answer the question. Shame on you, little thing.
I was even umming the rhyme last night. It's just
Sit down, please, Matilda. Sonetto is correct. Matilda, you have just transferred here. It may take you some time to get used to our curriculum. A rhyme can be used in studying folklore, but it's still different from a formal historical intelligence. Class, please turn to the last question of the test. After the Ottoman Empire seized control over Constantinople, Georgius Gemistos, a member of our Charon commune, also an arcanist and philosopher of the Roman Empire, traveled to Florence. He brought one classical literature of ancient theurgy into the city, which sparked discussion and later brought about the annual Humanists gathering, the Chaldea Conference, where the study of Arcanum was debated over its use for mankind development. Who knows the name of his work brought by Gemistos?
Miss, me.
Miss, please, I know this one. I do know.
Her eyes fall on the desk next to Sonetto. There is a short wall made of books on the desktop.
Vertin, do you know the answer to this question? Vertin?
The instructor walks down from the podium.
Vertin. She is absent again.
Miss, I know the answer. It is Chaldea Oracles.
She said the name of the chapter! Anyways, I have nothing to say, but I do have one small input. So way back in the days, you know, when the plague was happening, or something like that, or some disease was spreading around, and women would have cats, right? And this disease would spread because of rats. So women with cats, the cats would be hunting those rats. And so, because women weren't getting sick, they were labeled witches. Amazing. Anyways, let's move on. I don't know why that came to mind, but I felt it was relevant.
No, you are not awake yet. You are still drowned in this mire of meditation. Sticky, swampy, and dark.
He's back.
Memory. Good try. The logic you pride yourself on continues to serve you properly. It allows you to make some good deductions here, like a biologist analyzing the cause of a humpback appearing in a swamp. But the answer will disappoint you, unfortunately. This is just a dream, an illusion they shoveled into your head. These people are very familiar with using coercive power.
Since Pavlov Foundation, I don't know about you, Chief, but if they're the ones who control the storms, then yeah, makes sense. I mean, we don't know who our mother is. Vertin has been looking for her mother, but that person doesn't exist. You're telling me a organization that can just store that information, store the information that gets wiped by the storm, somehow doesn't remember this person. Weird.
A group of people in gowns. Their gowns are made of white polyester and are over knee length. There are 7, namely number 1 to number 7. Probably only those odd number guys are here. Or maybe number 4 or 6 is also with them. Damn it, I don't care. What matters is that your classmate is among them. No, Not the gentle and loyal one who always stands by your side.
He's referencing Matilda. I mean, no, he's saying Sonetto, but like, the person he actually means is Matilda.
It is the other one. The one with indifferent outlines that makes her look like a refined machine. Let's skip her first name and only pay attention to her glorious family name. Like what most people did. Like sherry cask whiskeys to the alcoholic. Upman's cedar-aged Robusto Cameroons to smokers. And the Mesmers to the Arcanists.
What does bougie mean? Let's ask.
You smart ass. Love your humor. Yeah, you're right. Bougie. Long ago, long ago, you might have had the chance to experience such a period. At that time, humans just made their decision to live without prayers. And that's also the beginning of the long-term cooperation between Laplace and those... scholars, as they called themselves. The Mesmers know how to suffocate the flames of consciousness. They help you free fall internally to the bottom of the abyss, as you are now. It's really hard finding an Arcanist who can freely master such skill. As you know, scarcity causes tragedy. That was the start of her nightmare. When the child labor law was turned into a piece of wrinkled paper to wrap the sandwich. The young daughter of the Mesmer family was led to a room when she was 12. Before she stepped in, she had sensed the messy magnetic field on the other side of the door, thanks to her acute perception. Compared to humans, Arcanists are much more emotionally vulnerable. It won't take much to overwhelm them and force them to regress to animals. The Mesmers are merciful and professional. They will never turn away any patient who comes to them for treatment. By then, you should realize the wrapping paper was never protecting the sandwich, but the hand. The mustard from an unknown bottle, the squeezed meatloaf, and rusty lettuce leaf. All were crushed and fell out from between the bread. Just like the chaotic noises and the raspy screaming that fill her ears. This filth contaminated the little girl's hands and corrupted the white polyester.
What the hell are you talking about? I mean, it kinda makes sense. We are on the same page after all.
It is indeed a good time for silence. Now you've noticed those exposed wounds on the machine. Those marks from repeated washing and adjustments. Well, the traumata from childhood is usually hard to forget. Those memories are engraved in our heart and run through our veins. Eventually, they contaminate every single neuron with mucus snot. Since then, every inch of growth is an extension of pain. New bones will be eroded, and the condition can't be cured by cellular renewal. Both you and her are familiar with this.
So Arcanists go insane. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I feel like, based off what I've seen, right? Matilda's gonna hate us, but she's gonna love Sonetto so much.
Okay, take your suitcase. Now it's time. Get lost.
Goodbye. Yeah, thank you for the recap. Trial, a dream one. It's black and sharp. It's hopping around. Touch it. Why are we white people? Why are we touching something that shouldn't be touched? Well, whatever. Let's go in. Squeaking. It's mad. What's your wish, timekeeper? It would be great if I met you in your rubble first. Mr. Carson, where are you? There's no way this is Sotheby, by the way, right? Does a critter talk that much?
A sword show.
Yeah,
Affirmative.
why would a critter know who Mr. Carson is?
This is an alien city.
An apple a day keeps the.
Well,
an
whatever.
apple a
It
day
looks like a really
keeps the
normal
dust
level,
away.
so we're gonna speedrun it.
Be careful.
Alrighty. Moving on. Thorny and pure-blooded. Complete. That was completely unnecessary. I don't know why that's there, but sure. So we're going through our memories. As long as Manus Vindictae aren't here, we're good to go. Frog and Toffee. Pebbles, frogs, the attic with stinky socks. They're just a teeny tiny part of the whole world. Okay. The last class is over. Students leave the classroom with their friends in groups.
Goodbye, miss. I will just take another route.
Sonato, come here. Is my book all still there? She didn't push it down, right?
She didn't.
She is nice. Unlike the bad potion instructor who turned my books into a puddle of mud. Oh, right. Guess what I found today? Here, give me your hand. Look, the foreteller of the rain, the Hyla Arborea. I caught it through the school's front gate. I even got stung by the electric fence when I took my hands back. It keeps croaking in my pocket. Look, it's still raining outside.
Aren't you aware that you've been given a timeout, Miss Burton?
Huh?
Cute reaction.
I don't understand why you always skip classes. You know that we are not supposed to pay too much attention to affairs outside the school. Please, don't bring me these pebbles and frogs anymore. These are meaningless. We are born to die martyrs.
Why? Just because the student handbook says so?
That's right.
I don't like the handbook. It smells like those stinky socks in the attic. Sonato, aren't you really curious about what is outside the school? You were also in that parade outside the school before. The pebbles, the frogs, the attic with stinky socks. They're just a teeny tiny part of the whole world. I once met a girl who came to our school.
Please stop. These are very dangerous things.
Some cult behavior.
The student handbook is protecting us. It is protecting us from harm and regrets. As the instructors have told us, to live is to lose things around us until the day we lose life itself to death. That's why we should only focus on the supreme missions.
Until the day we lose life itself. To death.
Now it's coming, my lord.
What?
Don't forget my heartbeat.
Failed. Her dramatic segment has been reactivated. Increase the power, stabilize her psych cube. Try the next dream.
The artificial somnambulism therapy may not work on her, Mesmer.
You're here, Madam Z. All patients who have the symptoms of stress disorder need to receive treatments in the rehabilitation center. Her trauma level was assessed as a type 2. I needed to take responsibility for her health.
Back in the year when she became the timekeeper, she didn't receive any treatment. I know her well. She has enough power in her to make it through.
I'm just following orders, madam. It is the committee's direct order to treat Fairton. If you have anything to say, convince the vice president first.
She hasn't had any food for days. Gave her a glucose injection. I have a meeting later, so if you would excuse me.
Madam Z takes her thermos cup and leaves the room. The ward becomes silent again. There are barely any other sounds except for the silent electrical buzzing.
I did expect you would have learned your lesson in such a long time. Timekeeper. No. I'm more used to calling you Fairton. I have changed. Have you? Are you still suffering from those pointless things?
She shakes her head, her eyes shift onto the screen. The Psycube amplitude is leading in a repeated fixed pattern. Verton doesn't give her response. Yeah, listen, man, I'm just saying, if you want to give some person therapy, health, you want to help those people, maybe don't poke into their memories, you know, lest you anger something you're not supposed to anger. Resonate unlocked. Tap here to explore the noise and riots in your mind. Let's check them out and end the episode, I guess, since you never know if the...
Can I help you?
No, please, please.
Sorry.
I don't want to
Your
resonate
visit
her.
was not on
No.
my plan, so
I need
I'm
Sonetta.
feeling a bit
Okay, load broken ideas for improvement in power. What? Okay. Critical damage and stuff. Tap here to load the ideas. Crit damage, damage reduction. Tap here to receive it from a different angle. Quick load. Fill in the blanks. Fill the blanks in the brain to make it complete. Okay. Every idea has unique stats. Load in the idea to gain its stats. Makes sense to me. Right then. Your stats will be further improved as you level up your resonate. The more you ponder, the more you gain. Expand the capacity of the brain, level up the ideas, obtain new ideas. Okay, we are not leveling her up. We don't use Melania as much as we probably should.
Greetings. Today, your
Let's do
shirt matches
Sonetta first.
color
She's the
of your
first.
eyes.
She's the face of the game after all. It seems like all the ideas are already loaded. Resonate stats, more HP, attack, defense. Yep. Looks pretty normal. Let's level up the ideas, shall we? Resonate up to level 2. We're getting new stuff. Ideas. Okay. I assume we're also improving the current existing ideas, maybe? Resonate to level 3. Okay, level up the mind once again to level 4. I wonder what the limit is, which, by the way, yes, here we go. Idea level 3, so it's getting a lot of stats. Defense in this game is pretty broken in my opinion. Yeah, we're out of materials, so it's a puzzle. I guess let's throw in as much as we can, and then we just close out the episode. HP, attack, mental defense. Sure, I'll take it. You can... Hold on. Let's look here. Do we want the L-shaped one? Crit damage. Damage bonus. We can do this. Okay. We're doing something. Right. Right. Okay. We filled that one up. Unfortunately, we don't have a straight line. We only have 2 spaces, so damn. You know, instead of putting all the others, let's just put the level 1s. I think this is as much as we're going to fit for right now. And yeah, we can leave it as it is. Total HP 600, more reality defense and stuff, plus 3 crit damage. Yeah, there's not much going on right now, but as is known with gacha games, eventually you reach a point where 5% really does make all the difference. In any case, what an intriguing start to the chapter. Artificial somnambulism, whatever that word is. I keep hearing words I don't see in my life ever. It's time for the Foundation's arcane ability test. Please hold on, I need to confirm the test items again. Use of arcane skill, reaction speed, and emergency response. Alright. Items confirmed. Artificial somnambulism device set. I will take you to the test area as soon as possible. Okay. Tap here to close your eyes. Please read the instructions carefully and pay extra attention to the highlighted sections. Artificial, okay, allows one to reflect test oneself, which means it's a great challenge for most of all. Take the challenges to get clear drops and resonate materials. Consists of multiple dreams, each of which tells a different story. Read the stories and clear the challenges to get stars. You will get rewards according to the total number of stars you have collected. This is Annihilation. Okay. You will get rewards according to the number of total stars you have collected. The more the challenges cleared, the better rewards. There are new rewards to win every week, and reward progress will not be reset. Basically, Annihilation Arknights. Okay. We're not gonna be doing this right now. We are not. Instead, I'd like to thank you for your time. As I said, we're gonna close out the episode. We're just gonna take a small glance. I assume this miss that healed us is the one standing right beside us. So the top one is us, Matilda. I mean, no, we're Vertin. We're the tallest one. Hell yeah, Vertin the tallest. I mean, she's probably standing above something. Sonetto is in front of us. Miss Miser is the one in front of us. I don't know where Z is. I think Z is an adult. And then the one to our left is Matilda. I wonder who the rest are. Maybe they're with us, in our crew, and we just don't notice it. Well, in any case, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Oh, here's the newspaper from yesterday. The bridge. Can we go there? It looks really beautiful.